read 27, 28.
Yeah,
Let's do
I
it.
think so. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, Garfield.
I like it.
Then
All
who
right.
do you get as the female?
Whoa.
Who's going to be that girl next door?
Super cool. Oh man. I think Imogen Poots is good. Maybe get like Isa Gonzalez. I think Taylor Russell's really good. How old is Taylor Russell?
Interesting.
You know what? How old is she? Taylor Russell. Age. 27. You know what? Taylor Russell. Let's cast her. Her and Andrew Garfield. Actually,
Nice.
who's his Tick Tick Boom co-star? Alexandra Shipp from Tick Tick Boom with Andrew Garfield? Yeah, Alexandra Shipp. You know what? Just cast her. Tick Tick Boom reunion. Let
Nice.
Lin-Manuel Miranda direct it. Make it a musical. About a hitman.
Grosse Pointe Blank, the musical.
Do it. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Grosse Pointe Blank the musical.
It's already got, a great soundtrack. Just throw in a couple of original songs and you're golden.
All right. I love that. That sounds pretty good to me. I dig that.
Can Garfield sing? That's the question.
He can. Have you seen Tick Tick Boom?
No, that's the one about Rent, isn't it?
Yeah. He's good.
Yeah. I haven't watched it yet.
He's peaking right now. He's up for an Oscar big time.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. But any other final thoughts about this movie before we get out of here?
Yeah, it seems like we didn't really even scratch the surface. To be honest. Like there's but I think we just waffled on for an hour without actually even saying anything.
I love it. That's MF. Well, I mean, what else is? I mean, the problem with comedies, right? Because there's not much under the surface of this movie. It's really hard to maybe analyze in a way of like, there's no time travel, so you can't think of the timelines. There's no issues with bowling. Like, even his character arc, Martin Blank's character arc, he doesn't really have one. He just says he's sort of forced to quit the industry. I think he'll still kill. He's not going to stop killing.
Oh yeah.
So,
but he might just do it as a hobby instead of maybe take a leaf out of like Dexter's book and just be like, okay, find some criminals who deserve to die.
Yeah.
And use his cat, knock at the door, and he can just be like, maybe put on a mask like Batman and just be like, if you've done something to have me at your door, you're a bad person. And he just shoots them.
Yeah, because he doesn't want
to. Like Anton Chigurh in New Country for Old Men.
Because he said he doesn't want to kill for fun, right? Because he kills for money, and that's different. And he's like, well, that's weird. So he's going to have to kill for a reason to keep his delusions alive.
Yeah.
And do you think that
he could become the Punisher? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Because he seems too chill to be the Punisher, right? I don't think he enjoys torture, does he? And like that mean. He doesn't
not that
enjoy
we've
mean
seen.
kills. He seems like just get out of there, get in, get out. I don't think he.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Do you think he enjoys torture, Martin Blank?
I don't think so. He seems like he's just very much about just getting the business done. I don't think he's a sadist.
Yeah. So then, it's a good point. He's not a sadist, so he'll just go around killing bad people. Will Minnie Driver know about it?
Maybe. I don't know.
And I do want to say there is a cop character in this movie, and there's a cop character in Garden State who are kind of close to each other. So I wonder if Garden State ripped off coming back home for a reunion. He comes back home after 10 years. Just bringing it out there.
It's possible.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah. But yeah, this movie, like, it's another case of, we talked about it, I think, during the Armageddon one. This was another one of those movies where you had two movies with the same kind of theme in the same month. So this came out the same month in 1997 as Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion, which is like a very different, a very, very different kind of feel of a movie, but it's interesting.
I mean, they're both offbeat comedies. They're both cult classics, I would say.
Yeah.
Do you think that Jeremy Piven's character ended up with Jenny Slater, or do you think he messed it up?
I think he messed it up. She had zero interest whatsoever.
He was dancing with her at the end. He was clearly loaded on coke. Did you see the scenes where he kept rubbing his nose? You think he did blow?
But considering like the Bob was like just
Bob.
going around to everyone's like, hey, do you want to do blow? Do you want to do blow? He probably went and did some blow.
Beamer Bob.
Beamer.
Beamer Bob, I love it. Yeah, so okay, so he messed it up with Slater, and I do love the line where he's dealing with the baby, and she's like, "You won't break him," and then she's like, "You know,
That's a weird scene.
yeah," where she just hands him
Like,
the baby,
where it's like you've got Under Pressure playing in the background, and there's just like a staring contest between Martin Blank and this baby for there's like a good 5-6 seconds of screen time where it's just we have this staring contest with a baby.
Well, I think if you think about it, he is under pressure, right? Because he feels like he's 27, he has nothing going on with his life, he's not married, he doesn't have kids, and then Minnie Driver sees him, that's more pressure, he's holding a baby. She does just hand him that baby quite cavalier, which is kind of wild. But the under pressure makes sense, and that baby, that's a good little acting baby, but I like that he says that he's vulnerable to the elements. He's like, yeah, they do seem quite vulnerable to the elements. That's the most John Cusack line I've ever heard in my life. That he's vulnerable to the elements.
Yes.
Oh,
well, it's true.
And then all the dancing scenes. I love the wide shots of the dancing scenes because the actors are going for it, man. Do you see the way they're rocking out? Like, I wonder if they just played the music and filmed like a wide shot of them for a half hour and then took the best.
They probably just had a party and just like, go full method. It's like, right, all you guys just get really drunk and we're going to play some Bowie and just dance in the dance.
Just dance. Cudlitz, though, he's rocking. And then he falls on the ground.
Yeah.
And then there's the sleeveless guy of sleeveless shirts who I've seen before in many different movies.
They were the guys who wanted to go and smoke weed, were they? I think that was their thing.
And I didn't see the wrestlers there, which is kind of a bummer. The wrestlers weren't dancing. Actually,
they're probably wrestling.
Yeah, the wrestlers seemed kind of thrown off by him when he asked him where that guy was and he was all bleeding. The wrestler walked away, the Greco-Roman.
Well, if you're doing, a stereotypical reunion picture, what will be happening is the wrestlers will be going around and challenging people to wrestle because that's their thing. So
they would
be wrestling.
Now, I would not want to wrestle a Greco-Roman professional at my high school reunion.
No thanks. No, thank you.
And I also want to say a couple more things for you, Gowdy. I do love when he leaves Joan Cusack money. That makes me so happy.
Yes.
And I love the way her closing. She's just going to light that building on fire. That makes me very happy. They're going to have to hide the rest of their lives because they still have Boudreaux's people hunting them. So I guess the sequel could be him killing everybody that wants him dead and then him becoming Dexter.
Interesting.
That's a Grosse Pointe Blank troll. So he can live a quiet life. He has to kill everybody. But everyone knows he's going after him. Well, what's going to happen to the Union now that Dan Akroyd's dead? The Union's got to know that he's dead.
You would think so. I guess the East German guys take over.
Oh, I hate those guys. What about the maids who stab people?
Yeah, they do great in the hotel trade.
And I do love that they wanted him to kill somebody from Greenpeace. He's like, I have scruples.
Yeah, so that was a real life reference to the Greenpeace ship that was targeted by like the French government or something.
Really?
It's like in New Zealand. Yeah, in the 90s there was like a controversy where like a Greenpeace ship was sabotaged.
Oh man. So that was
they
actually
were like protesting nuclear testing or something.
Oh, that's amazing. Like, I have scruples. So they only wanted to kill the dad because of a leaky sunroof, and he was going to tell people about it, right? Is that the...
Yeah, basically.
So his whole thing about killing bad people is not true.
No.
He's a psychopath.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, this was awesome, man.
Do we think he would have gone through with it if he'd been shot down by Debbie?
No. He doesn't seem like a spite monster. Do you think he would have?
But would he have... Well, it might have been a case that was like, well, I've got a job to do. I guess I'm continuing doing my job.
If she turned
Sorry,
him down...
father of...
Okay, the only way... If she totally turned him down and married somebody else, and then he had to kill him. But if he keeps him alive, he could maybe get a second chance. Like, hey, I'm a monster, but I saved your dad. So I don't think he would have unless she just wasn't involved in the picture. Like, she was living in California married to somebody, and that was him. He would have shot him.
Yeah.
It's a good question. Bring in the heat, Niall. All right, man.
Occasionally.
Well, let's get out of here. I appreciate you joining me, man.
Yeah, I always enjoy an excuse to watch interesting movies.
Yeah, man. Hang out with me. Totally. All right, so from me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for Now More, this is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.